Today, I'm here at Shift Autowerx in Escondido, California. Got a little cup of coffee and having a little bit of work done on Gladiator. And I will tell you towards the end of the video what we're doing specifically. It's pretty interesting. It's going to be a good little upgrade. But I come to this shop all the time to get all the work done on my Jeeps. And every time I'm here, I'm fascinated about all the repairs and upgrades that they do here. And so I convinced Jerry today to spend a little bit of time, walk around, and tell us, you guys, about all the different repairs and upgrades being done to all these Jeeps here. And there's a lot, so we have a lot of to talk about. It should be a great conversation. And we're gonna do this kind of coffee one take style, except Jerry's gonna be doing most of the talking and I'll just ask him some questions along the way. So should be a whole lot of fun. Now, these guys are working in the background, so you may hear some wrenching and some drilling and some hammering going on in the background, but we'll try to keep some of those noises to a minimum, but this should be a whole lot of fun. All right, guys, this is my good friend Jerry. He is a certified Jeep technician, and him and his partners run Shift Autowerx here in Escondido, California, and he has graciously agreed to share with us some of the repairs and some of the upgrades.
Yes, absolutely.
That some of these Jeeps, and not all of them are Jeeps, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
Let's start with this white Sahara behind us, Jerry. What's going on with this guy?
Absolutely. We have some pretty interesting stories I think the viewers are going to like. This Sahara right here needs an engine.
Oh, geez.
It's got about 67,000 miles and it has a lower end rod knock.
Okay.
And that's right out of warranty. You cannot get the long block only. You have to get the entire assembly, so it makes it a lot more expensive to get.
67,000 miles.
Yep.
What engine does it have?
It's the 2.0 turbo. That's why you cannot get the long block on it.
Okay.
Because on the 3.6 you can get it separately, and then it becomes a little bit more affordable, but on this one comes with the turbo, intake, all that stuff.
What's that cost just in parts?
About 11 grand.
Ooh,
it's
and
really
how many
expensive.
Hours of labor? That's quite a bit.
That's like 16 to 18 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's, once you do it 3 or 4 times, you know exactly what you need to do, so it becomes a little bit easier.
Okay.
This one's for everybody that thinks that Toyotas don't break.
Yeah. What's going on with this guy?
I get that a lot, actually. Well, it's revving on its own. It's got some gremlin on it, and it's just revving on its own. And when you shift it, it just wants to go, and some sort of electrical issue or a vacuum leak of some sort. But we haven't been able to figure it out yet.
Okay. What year? Do you know what year that is?
I don't know it at the top of my head.
Okay.
Honestly.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we've got a nicely outfitted JK here.
Yeah, this one is also an electrical issue. We've been trying to figure this out, but it has been giving us a lot of headaches. We've tested all the systems, electrical systems, the coil packs, compression, and everything seems to be working good. So I've been test driving it, and it's been driving fine. So at this point, I don't know really what to do until I'm able to replicate the fault.
Oh, okay.
Until I'm able to replicate that scenario.
That's the hard thing, right? It's like something goes wrong with your vehicle and you take it into the shop and then there's nothing wrong with it anymore, and then it's like, oh,
I absolutely hate giving my customers that phone call because, hey, I'm calling because I can't figure your vehicle out because it's not acting up on me. Yeah. And they're like, oh my God. Yeah. So it's...
Well, and reverse on the customer side, it's like frustrating. It's like, well, but I know there's something wrong with my Jeep, right?
And that's the response I always get. So, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I got to get that thing to replicate the fault, and then I'll be able to diagnose it. This is a
nicely outfitted, modified.
Yeah, this
JK,
one, this one belongs to my friend.
Okay.
He bought a set of Dynatrack axles, actually the same ones that you have on your JK.
Okay, nice.
They're really, really nice. 5 lug, a Pro Rock 44 in the front, and a 60 in the rear. And as you can see, he's got some really well built
a lot of good components.
Yeah, he's got like RCVs, reed knuckles. He put a C gussets.
Okay.
He built them out pretty good. So
what is this one done, or?
No. We are barely gonna start working on it.
Okay. What are you gonna do? I see a brake pad sitting up there.
Yeah, this is just a.
Just a brake pad.
I don't know where this came from.
We're in a shop, guys. Things are real. So what specifically is he having done?
The Dynatrack axles, the differentials.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We're putting those on. We already have them in there. We'll show them to you guys.
Okay, right on.
So yeah, it's gonna look really good once we're done with it. Obviously, those 60s look amazing.
Yeah.
I love them.
And he's obviously, I mean, look at all the badge of honors. He's wheeling the heck out of this thing. So,
yeah,
cool.
It's a really well built rig, dude.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
A nicely outfitted Overlander JK back here.
Yeah, this belongs to Expo Gear, one of the guys at Expo Gear. And what happened to this one is he had issues with his transmission.
Okay.
So he bought a transmission from ATS. We installed the transmission, and he left in about, I want to say, 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
He started having issues with his torque converter.
Oh.
So we contacted ATS, and we had to send the transmission back, and we've been waiting to get it back.
So he's just kind of on hold.
We are on, yeah.
Yeah.
This sometimes takes months, and our space is limited, so we need to move it.
That's a bummer. Okay.
Yeah.
White JK, four-door.
Four-door JK. This one has a misfire.
Okay.
And it's caused by the infamous 3.6 tick noise.
Ah, okay.
So the ticking got so bad that it wore off the cam lobe. And when it wears down the cam lobe to a certain point where there is no more lobe, the valve doesn't open and it causes a misfire. So now we got to remove the cam, and we got to replace the cam, make sure that there's no damage in there because there's a lot of metal in the engine.
Oh, wow.
So
an extensive repair, but it's not a
Could
full
be.
replacement.
No. We just got to make sure that there's no damage to the components caused by that metal floating in the oil.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How many miles on this Jeep, do you know?
I think it's got like 100,000.
So it's got a lot of.
Yeah,
little bit.
it did last a little while. I don't know what this is doing here.
You know, we're gonna try one more time. We're really not gonna give up on.
Who does it belong to? I don't know who this belongs to.
If you guys don't know, this is my '74 Cherokee, and I'm not giving up on it yet. I've thought about giving up on it. I'm not gonna lie, but we're going to put some more work into that, invest a little more time, a little more money, and we'll see if we can make that thing right. Yeah,
it's going to be nice once we're done.
It's going to be nice,
operate good.
But the question is, will it break down a month later? Probably.
No.
All right, we got a TJ here, Jerry. What's
TJ? This is really like, it's never been wheeled or modified or anything, as you can see. It's completely stock.
Okay.
And it's overheating.
Ah.
So now we got to figure out why it's overheating. We just haven't had the time to get on it.
It's the 4-liter?
Yeah, it's a 4.0.
Pretty common problem.
Pretty common problem. Usually the head cracks, or the gasket cracks, or something like that, or the radiator, maybe even the thermostat or the water pump. We got to do a pressure test and figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
should
haven't
be pretty simple.
You haven't even dug into that one yet.
No.
Okay.
What are we doing to this one?
White
this
JK?
This one has a misfire. From the cylinder head, actually, we know it's a compression.
Wow.
It's a compression issue.
So this is a pretty common problem. We keep talking about the same thing a little bit.
3.6, I've talked about this many times. 3.6s have compression issues on the Gen 2s, this is a Gen 2.
Okay.
And on the Gen 3s, they have coolant leak issues into the combustion chamber, and that causes a misfire and a consumption of coolant. Okay. So that can cause a misfire. Yeah. So on this case, we know it's a cylinder, a valve. Yeah. So cylinder head needs to come off, and we need to figure it out.
Jerry, I feel like one of these days I'm going to be coming here with mine, and we're going to have that conversation, but not yet.
Oh, that one is a very cool project that we got going on. I don't know if you guys can see it back there, but it's a Gladiator.
Yeah, let's walk back there. Let's walk, because you said this is a pretty big deal.
Yes.
So talk about this Gladiator.
Let me move this out of the way real quick.
So it looks like it's a Rubicon.
So it's a Rubicon Gladiator. It's been here for about 4 months because he decided that he wants to put a Hellcat motor from AMW.
Ooh, man.
So to do that, we actually have to go and get certified in Michigan to do the forced induction swap. Okay. So once we do that, we'll be one of the first shops in California to be certified to do AMW swaps. Nice. So we're pretty excited about that. But yes, we're going to do that engine. We're going to do 70-80 combo axles. It's going to be a really nice project. Wow, I'm actually going to be posting a lot of content on this vehicle because I know for a fact this is going to be a monster when we're done. Right on. Absolutely.
What's going on with this Gladiator back here?
Get in there. Yeah. Take a look at it. So on that one, we are doing a timing cover reseal, and we're replacing the seals on the valve covers as well as the valve cover gaskets. This customer came all the way from Riverside because he didn't want anybody else touching his vehicle but us.
So it's a Gladiator, so it's not a very old vehicle.
No. But it is common that the timing cover leaks sometimes, especially like they leak close to where the pulleys are. Okay. So if you have where the serpentine bell routes, there's a pulley on the bottom right. I don't know why that happens, but the pulley spins very fast and somehow it deteriorates the seal. Okay. so it starts to leak oil.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's a very common common thing that we reseal here.
Okay.
This is actually a really cool project as well.
Yeah.
We installed an Atlas transfer case on it.
And that's a 392.
Yeah, that's a 392. Customer was wheeling it out, and then he blew his transfer case, and he did not want to put another OEM in there.
So can we, for those folks that don't know, what is it specifically about the 392 transfer case that's the issue?
It's the clutches and the electronic motor.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's engaged all the time with this much power, it just makes it puts a lot of stress on it, especially when you're towing and when you're wheeling. It's just not a great combo.
Yeah.
But I believe the factory did that to prevent you from spinning your tires.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, we know it's a problem. Mine failed at what, 32,000 miles.
Exactly.
I know 2 others, and you've seen a couple already fail. So we know it's a weak point in the 392.
Yes.
So the Atlas transfer case is a nice little upgrade.
Definitely something you want to consider upgrading if you have a 392.
Okay.
Because if you put an Atlas in there, you can forget about having any issues with those.
Yeah.
With that, those transfer cases are bulletproof.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Your Jeep is up on the rack, Jerry. Let's go talk about that one.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think that's pretty cool. What you've been working on. Now, first, let's talk about the upgrades that you're doing to your Jeep, which is
okay.
This is a Gladiator. What year?
This is a 2021.
2021. You run 40-inch tires.
40s, exactly.
And you enjoy wheeling the heck out of it.
Yes, I put it through the TrailRecon Extreme Challenge
You did.
in Texas. It was actually pretty. It was actually a lot of fun.
Okay.
But I'm gonna talk over some of the upgrades that I've done in the front also. First, so I installed a long arm kit in the front from Metal Cloak. I installed the track bar reinforcement bracket, which is really nice. It's not made by Shift. I just put our badge in there because I like it.
Yeah.
I put some Fox bump stops, some Metal Cloak ball joints, and some sway bar links as well. I also have the big brake kit from TerraFlex, which is great. I absolutely love this. If you tow, you absolutely want to upgrade your brakes. They feel amazing. Yeah. But something that I'm really, really proud of is this right here, this little piece. Okay. So we designed this piece because we started seeing a lot of issues with Gladiators that tow a lot. The frame bends on the inside, and if you don't take care of it, it cracks, and then you're stuck with having to replace the frame on it. Right. So we decided that we wanted to make a bracket that prevents that from happening by distributing the weight of when you're towing from one of the strongest points in the frame, which is over where your shock is mounted, and distribute it all the way back to where your sway bar is located. So that way it removes the weight from this curve right here, which is where the spring sits inside. Yeah. Yeah. So this whole piece right here is basically the new reinforcement. You can see on the other side here, guys, I'm going to swing around over here, that this side hasn't had it yet. And so this is what it would look like before it gets installed. Before I start any modifications, this is over here. Right, so that's just your bump stop? That's your regular bump stop. And what Jeep did to try and prevent this from happening, but they will never admit it, is they put this plate in here, right, to make this little box a little bit stronger. Okay. But some Jeep Gladiator models do not have this plate right here, and those are the ones that bend the most. Got it. Right? But however, I have seen some that bend even with this in there. And when you're seeing the cracking, where should folks be looking for that cracking? So, come on over, watch your head. So the crack happens right here, right? Which is the weakest point of this frame. Got it. And when it starts bending, if you put your fingers in and you can touch the bottom of the frame with this installed. So if you put your hand in like this, you can feel the inside of the frame. You can feel a little bump. That means it's already starting to bend. Okay. Yeah. Got it. It took us a minute to find that issue actually, but nevertheless we were able to figure it out. Well, it's cool that you've come up with a solution to kind of help. This one will be mass produced, and we will be selling it on our website. So yes, it will be out on the market. Okay, cool. Yeah. What's this JK up on the lift for here? This one we're doing a full lift. Okay. Everything is going to be changed. Control arms, track bars, shocks. We're putting new rock sliders. Nice. We're putting new bumpers. It's just a whole project. A lot of work. It's going to be really, really nice. Yeah. Tires, wheels, everything. So what's great? That's what I love about this shop, Jerry. Is you come here for repairs. Like, I mean, it's hard. Let's be honest. It's hard to find a good mechanic
that can really like, you know, if I need my engine replaced, right?
Yes.
And you guys are certified Jeep technicians, you do that stuff. But also, if you want to get an upgrade, you guys do that as well. So
Yes.
it's a really kind of a one-stop shop if you're not just a Jeep owner, but mostly Jeep owners.
So I have more than 10 years off-roading experience, so I know a lot of these off-road companies, and I've tested a bunch of products, so I know some of them work really, really well. And you know, we love doing this. We like doing off-road stuff, modifications, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so the whole reason I'm here today is I brought my Gladiator in, and I'll let Jerry talk about just what we're doing here in a second. But I'm running 150 amp hour battery inside, plus I'm towing the Patriot Camper's trailer. And so both of those two systems draw a lot of power. And I have the very base model alternator in here, because I don't even have the upgraded alternator you get with the auxiliary package, which I think is like a 210 or something like that.
Yes, it is a 210.
And so Jerry advised me, Brad, you really need an upgrade. And so what are we upgrading to, Jerry?
So we contacted Apex Alternators, and we upgraded to, oh man, what was it?
It's 393.
393 max peak output.
Peak output.
Yeah.
So
alternator.
It's
So
more than double.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not going to have any issues with that.
No.
You know, with all the electronics you're going to put
And
in
not
it.
that anybody's going to see it, but we fancied it up.
Oh man,
and
it
it's
had
red.
to be firecracker
It
red.
had to be firecracker red. So that's cool. So that's going to be great to have, because I'm leaving in just a few days.
Yeah, we need to make sure everything is working good
Yeah.
on your vehicle before you take that big trip.
100%, dude. And this is going to be a nice upgrade, because I'm going to be using a lot of power.
Yes.
Okay, you've got, Jerry, you got all kinds of just cool parts everywhere, man. You got wheels, you've got lift kits, you got more wheels, tires, differentials, axles, all of it. Man, you guys got a lot going on in here. Okay, let's talk about this white Gladiator up here on the rack.
So this is a death wobble issue. Excuse the noise, guys. So yeah, this is a death wobble issue.
Okay.
Now, some years, look, come on over, let me show you something. So some Gladiators, some Wranglers come with an aluminum steering gearbox,
Yes.
right? If you have the aluminum steering gearbox and you're still under warranty, there is a TSB to get it replaced.
Yep.
So go to the dealership, and what you need to do is you need to say that you're having wandering issues on the road, and they will replace this gearbox with a steel gearbox, right? Now that
actually replaced Regina's. We did the same thing, because
Yeah.
she has an 18, and they did the replacement, and made a huge difference.
the steel gearbox makes an incredible difference.
Yep.
It feels a lot better, but sometimes when you put bigger tires, it still doesn't fix the issue. Now, most of these Jeeps don't have any play in the control arms or in the suspension systems or anything like that. Some of these aftermarket components are really, really high quality, but as you can see, he still has the OEM stabilizer. So having the OEM stabilizer trying to control the weight of these tires, it just makes it's a lot of work for this OEM component. So we decided to upgrade him to a Falcon adjustable stabilizer, which is a great stabilizer.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what we're doing to this one right here.
Okay. And then a non-Jeep up here.
Because we also work on Dodges and Jeep Cherokees and Chryslers and all that stuff. This one is a Ram 2500, and it has transmission issues.
Okay.
So we're gonna get that transmission fully rebuilt, and yeah, it's gonna be like a brand new. We actually put stage 2 torque converter and components inside of it.
Okay.
So that it's basically bulletproof when we're done.
Yeah. How many miles on this one, do you know?
Gus, do you remember? 120,000.
120,000. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We still got a few more outside to talk about.
Yeah, some pretty interesting stories, actually.
Well, they're all interesting stories as far as I think it's fascinating. You do this every day, Jerry, but I find it always fascinating what's going on out here.
So this one, the differentials that we have back there, the Dana 60s, we're gonna put them on this. We're gonna put a full long arm kit and coilover from Evo. It's gonna be really nice.
Ooh, serious.
Yeah, this is some serious. Oh, actually, some of the tires that are there, they're 40s. They're gonna go on this with some 8 lug wheels also. It's gonna be really, really nice once we're done with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you know this one.
The Hulk. You guys have seen probably the review that I've done on this Jeep. It's a beast, but just like a 74 Cherokee.
Yep, I think it belongs to me at this point, man. I've had
it's here a lot.
so many times, and I fix one thing, and then another thing pops up, and then another thing pops up, but we don't mind.
What's currently going on with it?
It's got a fluid leak. It's actually got a transmission leak, but I haven't figured out exactly where because it's all covered.
Okay.
So I gotta get underneath there and figure out where it's leaking and then have that component resealed.
Okay.
And then test drive it for like 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
And make sure it's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the old classics, there's always work to be done. Always work to be done.
Man, it feels like I'm repeating myself, but this one actually is another misfire issue.
No.
Yeah, yes.
I haven't been counting. Guys, how many is that so far? I haven't been counting.
3, 4. This is another misfire issue. We haven't diagnosed it yet.
Okay.
A customer had an appointment for today, but it was dropped off 2 days ago. So we're probably gonna get to diagnose this one sometime either today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, but definitely has a misfire issue. You turn it on and it just shakes all over the place.
It's a beautiful Jeep.
It's
Looks
a
like
really
it's got
clean
some really
Jeep.
nice upgrades on it.
It's a really, really clean Jeep. Honestly, it's rare when we see a Jeep that is not mine that is this clean.
Ah, you take pride in your clean vehicle.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
And actually, you told me that I needed to get it dirty.
That's true. That's true. You do though. You get it. You wheel it pretty good. All right. What do we got back here in the corner?
This one is such a sad story. Customer is 80 years old and he wanted to build his Jeep, so he sent it out to a shop that used to do some off-road work, but they were not reputable at all. So they took his money. They ordered some of the components for it. He was gonna put a set of 60s from Curry, and they took his money. They ordered just the rear, and they did some modifications to the frame, and they obviously didn't know what they were doing because they didn't put the bump stop plate where it needed to be. So now I have to modify this, move it back.
Oh, geez.
And yeah, he lost about $15,000 in parts that he didn't get. So it's really, it just blows my mind how some businesses are able to do this.
Well, he's in good hands now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna order the 60 for the front, and I'm gonna correct all that stuff and put the coilovers. And by the time I'm done, this thing is gonna be a monster.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to do this one because this is a full stretch. So.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna stretch it.
Well, it's already stretched.
Okay.
So I just got to move the bump and then do a couple of corrections in there, but it's going to be nice.
Okay. If we don't talk about the TJ in the corner, somebody will yell.
That one needs a clutch.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
huh?
that's a clutch. It was towed in here, and yeah, it runs great, everything, but you put it in gear, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we'll put a center force clutch, and it'll be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
And this one, it has some electrical issue that they need help diagnosing, so they brought it to the experts, I guess.
Well, right on.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed hearing the stories about all these Jeeps, and I'd love to hear your feedback about this style of video. And if it's something you'd like to see more of in the future, let me know, and maybe we can convince Jerry to do it again. If you are in Southern California and need some work done on your Jeep, be sure to check out Shift Autowerx. And if you're looking for some gear to outfit your next adventure, be sure to visit us over at TrailRecon.com. Thanks for watching.